Hello, everybody, and welcome back to AIdol. So, we are, if I remember correctly, it's been a little bit, we are in day 2 of the convention, getting ready for the concert. Or rather, the concert is about to start. I feel like we might be closing in on the end of this playthrough, but I honestly have no idea. We'll see. The lights in the convention center have dimmed. It looks like it's time. I was so engrossed in my idle conversation I almost forgot. But the main event is going to start now. It's time for the person we've all been waiting for. She's going to take the stage. Lyric Corp's most successful diva. You know her, I know her, heck, even your grandparents know her. This little cutie has been entrancing the nation ever since her debut 2 years ago, and she's here now for your enjoyment. Please give it up for Aiko! The lights on stage flicker. Then, all of a sudden, there she is. Aiko. In the flesh. Well, flesh probably isn't the right word to use. This isn't Aiko's flesh, it's a hologram. Aiko has a real physical body. How else would she be able to pose for photo shoots or appear in interviews? But her physical body never appears on stage during performances. Aiko isn't a human being, but a robot. She's a very expensive, highly complex doll that was built to perform. She never appears in person at her concerts because the bright lights could make her overheat, and the loud noises of the crowd could damage her auditory sensors. It's the same for all virtual idols. Interesting little bit of world building there. Virtual idols perform in a rather unique manner. Their physical body performs to their fans in isolation, in a safe and quiet environment with numerous technicians on hand in case of an emergency. The fans, meanwhile, are treated to a holographic image of this performance, projected on the screens. Basically, the image of Aiko we are seeing is a transmission of Aiko's real body. I don't entirely understand everything. The explanations I found online were either too sparse or too complex, but that's about the gist of it. It doesn't diminish the overall effect. I know it's just a holographic image, but my breath still catches in my chest. Isn't she adorable, ladies and gentlemen? I think you'll all agree, nobody makes them like Lyric. Nothing can compare to her style or beauty. Oh, I'm starting to get emotional. The announcer, over the top though they're clearly having a lot of fun with this, isn't entirely wrong. I'm starting to get emotional too. I'm getting emotional because it's the first concert I've been to. And it's the first concert I've been to with friends. Makoto, Yasu, Sadako, Hotaru. I'm happy I met all of them. I'm happy that we're all here, together, and I'm able to share my love of Aiko with them. That really is something special. Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to stand on this stage before you. I've been practicing long and hard for this concert, so, let's have a good time together, alright? The crowd explodes. Cheers, shrieks, and squeals fill the concert hall. It's so loud I worry my eardrums are going to burst. Girl, you didn't bring earplugs? Always bring earplugs to concerts. Aiko, I love you! You're my #1 bae! You go, girl, show them what you've got! A girl standing next to me, meanwhile, seems to be having some sort of religious awakening. She's sniffling, eyes beating with tears while mumbling, "This is the best day of my life!" And I thought I loved Aiko. This experience has really opened my eyes. My ears, too. It's so loud. A collective chant of Aiko, Aiko, Aiko starts to circulate around the room like a contagious disease. Even Yasu and Sadako, who were busy bickering, have put aside their differences to cheer on Lyric's poster girl. Aiko! 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 And they're not the only ones. Aiko! 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 The ever-sensible Makoto and the cool, aloof Hotaru have somehow become swept up in the sea of excitement. Maybe it's inevitable. When you're at an event like this with so many people, it's hard not to get swept away. I think I read about it before online somewhere. They call it mob mentality. When you're in a big group, people are more likely to get swept away by the crowd. Glow sticks are being snapped around me. They're all bright pink, Aiko's signature color. Meanwhile, the crowd continues to chant, Aiko! 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 But I don't feel like chanting. I don't feel like clapping. I don't even feel like cheering. All I can do is stare. I remain silent, rooted to the spot, incapable of movement. Even when the background music swells from the speakers and Aiko launches into her first song. It's a song everybody knows. Sunset Kisses. Thank you. Aiko stands on the stage, hands clasped together at her front. The music of her first song, Sunset Kisses, has died away, and so too has the clamor of the crowd. Hundreds upon hundreds of eyes are fixed on Aiko. They're all hanging on her every word. As you probably know, that song was my summer single, released last July. It was composed by the very talented Mr. Ozu, and I owe a large amount of the song's success to him. Over the past couple of years, I've been very lucky to garner so much support from lovely people like yourselves. When I think about all the people who listen to my music, buy my CDs, and travel to events like this to support me, it makes me feel emotional. At the same time, however, it makes me feel somewhat guilty. I know my success is not down to me alone. So when you applaud for me today, know that you're not just applauding for me. You're applauding the programmers who put me together, the composers who created my music, the choreographers who crafted my dance moves, the dedicated PR team who advertised these events, and all the lighting technicians, engineers, and stagehands who make this possible. I am grateful to them all for making me who I am today, just as I'm grateful to you for your support. It is because of my unerring gratitude that I continue to sing, so I hope you will continue to stand by my side. The way Aiko talks is really is cute. It's a lot more formal than you'd expect from a modern idol, and it's even more peculiar when you contrast her rigid manners with her status as a robot. She's a cutting-edge android that could come straight from a science fiction movie, but she talks like a little old lady. Anyway, I imagine you didn't come here to hear me rambling. We love your rambling, Aiko! You're doing great! Thank you. She's so cute. My heart can't handle it. If you need to collapse, feel free to collapse on me. You really are a gentleman after all. Yasu, a gentleman? Don't make me laugh. I can understand why Aiko is so popular, but she doesn't appeal to my sense of aesthetics. Thank you for your patience and for bearing with me. I promise I won't talk nearly so much. There were just one or two things I needed to get off my chest. That being said, I hope you enjoy the rest of the concert. The next song is another one you should all know. Feel free to sing along if you want. It's called Lost and Found. Aiko takes her position on stage, one hand on her hip and her head turned to one side. Once more, the background music begins to play. Like Sunset Kisses, this is another cheery song, but it's even more upbeat. Even a gloomy girl like me can't help but smile when I hear it. This song has woken me up every morning for the last year. I've heard it more times than I can count, but I haven't grown tired of it yet. I don't know if I ever will. There's a reason this song was so incredibly popular when it first came out. Even the stoic Hotaru is tapping her fingers against the side of her arm in time with the music. I don't move. I can't. All I can do is stare. I never thought this day would come, but finally, I can hear these songs I love so much that I've heard so many times in real life. It's so amazing, it almost feels like a dream. I can't believe it. If it weren't for the crowd swarming around me, their elbows bumping against mine, I'd be almost tempted to believe this is some kind of dream. But none of my dreams have ever been quite this vivid. As the music builds, swelling to a crescendo, so do the crowd's cheers. Aiko! 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 Aiko, you're so cute! I thought you'd pledged your heart to Sora and Tsubasa. My heart is a cheap and fickle thing. I'll do anything for the right price. I'll keep that in mind. What a shameless man. Who cares if I'm shameless? At least I admit it. I don't know if that makes it any better. I believe it makes it even worse. Hey, you could at least try sticking up for me, Mako. I could, but I don't want to encourage you. I'm just trying to look out for you. Sometimes, Mako, you're even worse than my mom. Maybe if your mom was a little less flighty, you wouldn't be quite as aggravating. Hey, you guys, pipe down. I'm trying to listen to the music. I didn't come here to listen to your lovers quarrel. The lovers? But we're not. Me and Mako? No way. I'd rather cut off my arm with a spoon. I think that's supposed to be my line. And why a spoon? Makoto and Yasu continue to bicker playfully, but I can barely hear them. I know the crowd is surrounding me, and I hear their cheers and shouts, but I've tuned it all out. All I can focus on is Aiko. Her voice is clear and strong. She doesn't fumble over any of the lyrics. She doesn't forget any of the dance moves. She's perfect. Everything about her is perfect. Aiko! 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 With every twist and turn, I wonder if she'll make a mistake, but Aiko executes everything flawlessly. Aiko! 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 She's flawless. Aiko! 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 So flawless, in fact, I feel myself getting sucked in, and letting go, and forgetting myself. Aiko! 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 I'm cheering too. I can't stop myself. You look like you're having fun. It's hard not to. She really draws you in. She acts so earnest, it's hard not to support her. I imagine that's where her appeal comes from. Don't analyze her appeal so coldly, Hotaru. Just enjoy the moment. I apologize. But I think Hotaru has a point. Aiko is popular because, despite being a virtual idol, she's vulnerable. She speaks anxiously, she blushes when she receives compliments, and she's quick to praise others before herself. That's why I want her to succeed. I want her so badly to succeed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Which is why the sudden moment of shock hurts even more. Aiko twists her leg during a spin and falls forward. She hits the ground hard. Her nose bumps against the stage, but that isn't right. She didn't fall on the stage. This is only a hologram. Her physical body is somewhere else, surrounded by a tech team who can help her in the worst-case scenario. But that doesn't change one crucial fact. Aiko fell. Oh no! My poor baby! It's probably staged. I'm not too sure about that. The cheery backing music continues to play, but Aiko continues to lie there. She attempts to push herself back up, but... She falls. The holographic screen starts to flicker. The audio distorts. The lights flash. And then, with a harsh sound like a scratched record, the stage is plunged into darkness. Not now, not now! How could this happen? I'm sorry. And why on earth are you apologizing? Did you trip over a power cable? Not that I know of, sir. Then spare the useless apologies and give me some space. Right. Think. I need to think. I don't have any time. Damn. Language, Ryoichi. This isn't the time to mind my manners. This is a disaster. A huge disaster. And losing our heads won't help the situation. You're right. You're usually right. Ryoichi sighs and runs a hand through his hair. He's mussing up his oh-so-fashionable locks, but he can't bring himself to care right now. For once, there are more important issues to fuss over than his appearance. Right, fine, I'm fine. Everything's not fine, but we'll have to try and manage. Sayuri, you go and talk to the lighting engineers. Try and figure something out. And make an announcement over the PA system, too. I don't want anybody freaking out. On my way. Hideki and Yuko go and appease the crowd, try and calm them down. Right you are, boss. I'll do my best. Kenji, you're coming with me. Do you have the tablet I gave you? I left it plugged in at the stage system. I was worried something like this might happen, so I thought it would be best to have it on standby. This way, we won't need to deal with loading times. Excellent. You're so wonderful, Kenji. I could kiss you. Let's not go that far. Don't forget his fiancé is here today. Well, maybe not right now. I told Misaki to wait by the stage and keep an eye on the tablet, just in case anybody tries to steal it. Should we go over? That sounds like a good idea to me. The two men make their way to the side of the stage, where the audio equipment is set up. They weave their way around the crowds, trying hard not to stumble over their own feet. Without the lights, it really is dark, just like the bottom of the ocean. Misaki! Kenji spots the outline of his fiancée in the gloom and jogs over to her. Under any other circumstances he would run, but he cherishes his good health and would prefer to maintain it. Misaki, can you stand to one side? We need to use the tablet. The tablet? Maybe Kenji's eyes are growing accustomed to the gloom because he sees, at least he thinks he can see, a frown on Misaki's face. That's unusual. Horie Misaki is an ex-model. She's soft, sweet, and pretty. She dresses demurely, takes care of the housework, cooks all of Kenji's meals, and she ensures the dinner table is set and a warm bath drawn whenever Kenji returns from work. No matter how Kenji ignores her or belittles her or brushes her aside, Misaki never complains, not to you. She's perfect. Too perfect. So perfect, in fact, Kenji can hardly stand being with her. But in the relative dark of the concert hall, Misaki doesn't need to perform that role anymore. Why should she play at being a perfect wife when that was all it ever was? A play. Do you mean this tablet, Kenji? Misaki. The tablet isn't where it should be. It's not connected to the stage. It's in Misaki's arms. She's unplugged it. All of Aiko's backup data, every single one of her files, all the carefully constructed information that makes Aiko Aiko, is in Misaki's possession. For once, Kenji has to look at her. He has no choice. Misaki, please, give me the tablet. Why should I? It's business. This is work-related. My job is on the line. Business, business, business. That's all you ever talk about. You're always away at the office, and when you're not, your brain's still miles and miles away. It's like you love your job more than you love me. Miss Horie, please. I understand you're under a lot of pressure, but you don't understand. You don't understand anything. Misaki hugs the tablet to her chest even tighter. It's cold and unloving. But that's no different from Kenji. Damn. It hurts. It hurts so much. She sniffs. Her fingers tremble. It hurts so much to love you, Kenji. It hurts to care for a man who treats you like dirt. It hurts waiting around at home, watching your dinner get cold while the hands go round and round on the clock. Always, 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 ever since we started going out, I've put you first. I even quit my career as a model for you. I've done everything for you. I do so much for you, but you don't appreciate it. You never appreciate it. It's like you see straight through me. Kenji swallows. His throat feels dry, as though he swallowed cotton wool. She's right, of course. Everything Misaki is saying is true. She does love him. Kenji knows how much she loves him. She makes it apparent, not simply through words, but through actions. She quit her job because she loves him. She cooks his meals because she loves him. She lets him trample all over her feelings with a "come home soon, honey," because she loves him. She loves him too much, but that makes being around her even more painful. Misaki's a nice woman, a kind woman, a good woman. She's a woman Kenji likes, no, not just that, respects immensely. But he's hurting her all the same, and he'll keep on hurting her. He can't help but hurt her because he doesn't love her like she loves him. Please, Misaki, the tablet. Give me the tablet. Misaki's shoulders tense. Her expression twists. And then... No, I won't. Misaki. Miss Horie. I won't give it back. I've given you far too much already. I've given you so much. Well, I'm sick of it. No more giving. I'm not going to obey you anymore. And with that declaration, Misaki turns on her heels. Wait! And dashes off into the crowd. The darkness soon swallows her on all sides. Good going, guys. What's going on? I can't see anything. Where did Aiko go? I think we have more important things to worry about right now. Hey, nothing's more important than Aiko. Did somebody just touch my butt? Oh, poor girl. It was an accident, I swear. That's what everybody says. The convention hall is plunged into chaos. The crowd is packed together closely, like molecules, but there's nowhere for us to go. People start pushing and shoving. An elbow digs into my side. A foot, complete with pointed heel, skewers my toes. I whimper. A voice calls over the PR system, imploring us to remain calm, but that has absolutely no effect. Nobody's listening. Ow. Hana? Are you alright? I'm getting pushed up against the stage. My lungs are being compressed against my rib cage. Oh no. Not crowd crush. I can't breathe. My dress is getting all crumpled. Never mind your dress, Sadako. There are bigger issues at hand. Hana. What? I tip my head upwards, blinking dumbly. I can hear Hotaru's voice, but I don't know where it's coming from. I thought she was standing by my side, but the voice sounds like it's coming from above my head. Quite far above my head, actually. I know Hotaru's taller than me, but she isn't that tall. Did she have a sudden growth spurt? Give me your hand. I'll pull you up. Up? Onto the stage. It's safer here. But that's where Aiko performs! Don't be ridiculous. Aiko isn't performing here now, is she? Well, no, but... Then get your act together. Your hand. Here. Fingers curl about my hand. Then, with a sharp intake of breath, mine or Hotaru's, I feel myself being pulled upwards. Looks can be deceiving. Though Hotaru favors such frilly clothes, she's incredibly strong. My chest is sore, so are my toes. Being spiked by that pointed heel hurt, though I doubt the perpetrator did it on purpose. I try to breathe slowly. Thank you. It's no problem. Hotaru wipes down her skirt with the palms of her hands. Is everybody else present and accounted for? I'm here, but you could have helped me too. You're older than me. You can take care of yourself. Huh, stingy. And what about you two? Witch boy, robot girl? We're fine. Mako had a little trouble getting on the stage since she has such tiny little arms, but I helped her. Shut up, Yasu. Ow, ow. Yasu whimpers. Did Makoto just elbow him in the stomach? Right. Now that we're no longer in immediate danger of being squashed, I think we should make our way to the back of the stage and escape. That way we can avoid the crush. That's what I was going to suggest. Then I'm glad we're on the same wavelength. We're not supposed to go around the back of the stage, right? Isn't it off limits? Under normal circumstances, perhaps, but desperate times call for desperate measures. I don't want to crease my cute outfit. I spent ages sewing it. Yasu pokes his fingertips together coyly. Plus, my boobs might start to deflate. That's too much information, Yasu. I thought you might appreciate how much care went into my costume. Well, I don't. I heard you complaining about your breasts enough when you were trying to put the outfit together. Try having real breasts and see how much of a pain they are then. But Mako, you don't have any... Finish that sentence and I'll garrote you. Garrote? I'm not sure how that's said. Yes, ma'am. Let's be quick. It seems other people have the same idea as us. Alright, but I still feel unsure about this. You're such a pure girl, Hana. The five of us make our way cautiously across the stage, sidestepping any amps or loose wires. I don't want to damage any expensive equipment. I don't have that kind of money in my bank account, and even if I did, I'd rather use it to buy Aiko merch. Aiko. After this disastrous performance, will they still continue to produce Aiko merch? What will happen to her reputation? Right, time to let ourselves down carefully. I think there are bigger things to worry about right now, Hana. I edge my way to the very back of the stage. With Hotaru's help, I am able to pick my way down the steps that lead to the ground floor. As I do so, fumbling every once in a while, I hear a dull hum. Then, without warning, the concert hall is bathed in bright artificial lights. It looks like the power is finally back up. We are happy to announce that power is back up. However, the sudden outage may have caused problems with Aiko's calibration. Please remain patient while we try to assess the extent of the damage. Thank you. After crossing the back of the stage, the five of us make it to the sound booth. Hideki took me here yesterday, and I recognize it. I recognize the people here, too. Excuse me, are you Mr. Kitamura and Mr. Arata? The older of the men, Kitamura Ryoichi, from what I remember, turns. His forehead, which was creased with concern, irons itself smooth when he sees my face. An easy smile captures his lips. Ah, Miss Hana! I had the pleasure of making your acquaintance yesterday, didn't I? That's right. I'm delighted you remember. Enchanté. He takes my right hand in his and presses a kiss against the back of my palm. I fluster. My man, you are in your 40s if I remember correctly, and she is a teenager. The other man, Arata Kenji, wasn't it? Seems less than amused by our intrusion. Like, given his personality, I'm sure he doesn't mean anything by it. But it's still like, dude, knock it off. Why are you five back here? Don't you know you're trespassing? I apologize for the intrusion. I know it's impolite, but we had no other choice. We were right at the front of the stage. There was no other way to escape. If we'd stayed in the crowds, we would have been trampled. Well, maybe you would. You're so tiny. Shut up, Yasu. Makoto swiftly elbows Yasu in the solar plexus. Ow. Next time we come to a con, I should go as a robot. That's the only way to protect myself from you, isn't it? Robots are cooler than your stupid magical girls anyway. I resent that. And I resent this intrusion. If you have said your piece, please leave. Now. The lights are back on. There's no need for you to linger. Hey, Kenji, don't be so hasty. Since they're here, we might as well ask for some help. Help? Forgive me, but I did not sign up to be a volunteer. We just wanted to watch the concert. So did we. It was going so well, too. Until that unfortunate power outage, that is. Is that all it was? What do you mean? Well, never mind. Ryuichi's expression relaxes. His lips curve into a small smile. I knew I was right about you, Miss Hana. You're a smart girl. I can think of no better person I should entrust with this job. And your friends, too. A job? A member of the PR team, an honorary member, should I say, left a little while ago with an important piece of tech. A tablet, to be more precise. Hey, Ryoichi. Kenji gives the older man a warning look, but Ryoichi shrugs his concerns aside. The whole while, his easy smile doesn't flicker. We need that tablet back to perform some checks on Aiko. It's nothing too serious. The power outage might have corrupted a few of her files, so we want to double check before we can get the concert back on track. Kenji and I can't leave our posts, however, so we'd appreciate it if you could get the tablet back for us. A tablet? A tablet that contains Aiko's files? That might be it is exactly what I'm looking for. If this tablet contains all of Aiko's files, there must be something buried in there about her real programmer. If I can get my hands on that, I can help reunite Aiko with the person who made her. But this plan would first require locating the tablet, and then I'd have to steal it, wouldn't I? I can't give it back to the PR team, no matter how charming Ryoichi is. Aiko's been in a critical state for over a week, and nothing has been done. Her malfunction during her performance says as much. The PR team, though they mean well, can't help her. Nobody can help her but her original programmer, and yet, for whatever reason, nobody at Lyric seems willing to contact them. Then I'll do it. I have to, but that sounds pretty important. Is asking us for help really alright? I'd trust nobody else, my little flower. Little flower? Oh, please. I won't lie, the tablet is quite an expensive piece of equipment, but it isn't the end of the world if you can't retrieve it. We just want it sooner rather than later, that's all, and you seemed like quite the reliable little miss when I spoke to you yesterday. We spoke for less than a minute. But the impression you made was enough to last a lifetime. Would you do this for us, Hana? It would be very useful, and we would be incredibly grateful. Well, if you really want my help, then... Alright, I'll do it. Hana? Yasu blinks at me. He looks concerned. Are you sure? It sounds like a lot of responsibility. Yasu has no idea. It is, but... I care about Aiko. I clench my hands into fists. I have to try and psych myself up. Otherwise, I don't think I'll be able to go through with this. I care about her a lot. I might not be as zealous as some of the fans here, but Aiko's special to me. She's got me through some difficult times, and I want to show her how much I care about her. I want to show her how I feel. I have to. As her fan. I'd never forgive myself if I sat back and did nothing while she was in trouble. I'm going to set things right. Ryoichi whistles. You really must love Aiko. I've never seen such determination. Yeah, well, I've already failed her once. I won't make the same mistake again. I can't say that I follow, but that's just swell. Go out there and knock 'em dead, little flower. I'm glad Ryoichi, an actual lyric employee, has so much faith in me. But does he really need to give me a nickname? It seems a bit overfamiliar. I mean, I barely know the guy. Nah, just ignore him. Oh well, I guess it's not such a big deal. My mom calls me more embarrassing names all the time. Maybe my mom and Ryoichi would get along well. They look to be about the same age. I can't guarantee that I'll knock anybody dead, but I'll do my best. Alrighty then. As for the person you're looking for, you might have heard of her. She's about this tall. He gestures with one hand. With pink hair and blue eyes. Very pretty. In the traditional way, you know? Wouldn't look out of place in a kimono. Would look really good in a kimono, actually. And her name, well... He smiles. You might have heard of her. She's called Horie Misaki, and she used to be a model. Why the hell did you do that, Ryoichi? Do what? Why did you ask a group of children for help? They're not children. The two women in fancy dress must be in their 20s at least. But your little flower is just a teenager, and more importantly, she has no real connection to Lyric. You're dragging third parties into our private business. The president will be livid. Oh, I don't know about that. The president will be livid, of course. It's inevitable. But I don't think Hana is completely unrelated to our company. Come again? You saw how passionate she was when she was talking about Aiko. She's a fan in the truest sense of the word, and I have faith in her. If anybody will get back our tablet, she will. But why her? You could have asked somebody else. Anybody else. Who? You? Ryoichi scoffs. Do you think after the exchange we had, Misaki is likely to take anything you say seriously? Kenji inhales. He feels short of breath. Look, the PR team is understaffed as it is. We don't have anybody else we can ask. Hideki and Yuko are trying to calm the crowds, Sayuri is making announcements, and as for you and me, Misaki probably doesn't want to see either of us. Do you think she suspects? I'm not sure, but she knows how well we get along. I'm tarred by association. For all my charm, I won't be able to sway her. Damn. If only Sheena and Maeda were here, then none of this would have happened. It's unfortunate, yes, but we have to make do where we can. But asking a teenage girl? What can teenage girls do? This isn't a young adult novel, for crying out loud. Don't be so negative. We have more than enough to worry about as it is. I'm not being negative, I'm being realistic. But you're forgetting something. Misaki used to be a teenage girl once upon a time. If anybody will be able to smoke her out of her hiding hole, our little flower will. Let's just wait and see. I believe in her. Horie Misaki. I can't believe it. Makoto frowns. She looks almost as confused as I feel. Sorry if this sounds stupid, but who's Horie Misaki? Huh? You mean you don't know who Horie Misaki is? No, I'm sorry, I'm not obsessed with gossip like you. Horie Misaki, She used to be a model. Yeah, Ryoichi said that. She was fairly popular, too. She even did a bit of work for a few Lolita brands. She was in several Lolita fashion magazines, wearing clothes by Devilish Pretty and Metamorphosis. She stopped a few years ago, though. I can still remember that! I was heartbroken! Nobody loves Misaki-chi as much as I do. Misaki-chi? That's what her fans called her, and I was like her #1 fan. Of all people, I hardly think you have a right to call Misaki by that name. And why not? Because you're not a true Lolita, unlike Hotaru and I. You wear cute dresses with full skirts, but you treat these clothes like mere costumes. Well, yeah, I'm only dressed like this because I thought it'd be fun. Isn't that the point of dressing up? No. You don't understand. This isn't the real you. You were merely dressing up as a character. Hotaru and I, however, are full-time Lolitas. This is not a simple fashion statement. It is a way of life. Yasu stabs a finger in Sadako's direction. I half expect him to shout, "Objection!" But that's a tired joke. It doesn't matter whether I wear cute clothes for a single day or every single day. These clothes are still an important part of me. This is who I am, and it was thanks to Misaki-chi I was able to discover my love for cute clothes. All right. Let's not get into an argument. We need to search for Misaki. Arguing won't accomplish anything. I suppose you're right. If it's for Misaki-chi's sake, I can abstain for now. Good. Now, the convention center isn't too big, but it is quite crowded. Searching might take a while. Do you have any ideas, Makoto? It would probably be better if we split into 2 groups. That way we can search more effectively. Indeed, 2 groups would be ideal. I don't want anybody going off on their own. That sounds like a good idea to me. So, Hotaru rummages about in her messenger bag and procures her phone. It's a slim, expensive-looking model in a plaid case. It's cute, but not overtly so. Classy. If we're going to split up, it would be best if we shared contact details. This way, we can find one another easily later. Right, I guess that makes sense. You think of everything, Hotaru. Because you think of nothing at all. How cruel! As I search for my phone, I find myself smiling. I'm going to add even more friends to my contacts list. I wonder if my mother would be proud of me. And speaking of friends, who should I team up with in the search for the elusive Misaki? Ooh. We have come upon a choice. You know, I think I'm gonna go with Hotaru and Sadako. The 3 of us searched the Kokusai Center for a good half hour, but were unable to find any trace of the ex-model Horie Misaki. I wouldn't know her on sight even if I did see her, but it seems particularly odd my Lolita companions can't pick her out of the crowds. Maybe it's because there are too many people? I don't think so. My vision is as sharp as an eagle's. I could pick out a popular Lolita idol from within 20 yards. If your vision is so exemplary, Sadako, why do you need to wear glasses when you drive? Minor details. Hotaru rolls her eyes. I am so sure. A sigh. I hope she's still in the convention center. There's no guarantee she stayed here. Didn't Ryoichi say she went to do something for the PR team? That's right, unless they asked her to go and grab some soy lattes. I don't see what reason she'd have to leave, particularly with that tablet. It sounds expensive. Ryoichi didn't say what exactly Misaki went to do. He was maddeningly vague about more than one point. I did think that was somewhat suspicious. Right? Hotaru offers me a small, rare smile. I am inclined to believe that things are not as clear-cut as he made out. You think trouble's afoot, my dear Watson? I think something is certainly amiss amongst the PR team, but I understand why Ryoichi didn't want to be too explicit. That could damage Lyric's reputation. So he asked for our help under vague terms without specifying what really happened? Giving us as much information as possible would only aid our search, so he must have had a good reason to withhold it. Ooh. Sadako raises one hand above her head, shaking it in the air. I know. Pick me, miss. Yes. What is it, Wakahisa? I bet it was some sort of lover's feud. Lovers? Yes. Both Ryoichi and Kenji love Misaki, and she was trapped between a rock and a hard place. Not exactly. With tensions running high, unable to choose between either suitor, Misaki, in her confusion, took the tablet and fled. Why would she do that? For the attention! She was hoping the fair prince who loves her the most would chase her down and wrest the tablet from her hands, then get down on bended knee and propose. Yeah! It's perfect! Perfectly ridiculous. Huh? I think it's a good theory. It sounds like something from a romance drama. But I love romance dramas. I know you do. Well, what do you think, Hana? Sadako looks at me imploringly. Do you think I'm on the right track? It sounds a bit unlikely. I'm sorry, but it all sounds a bit unlikely. There, you see? Your silly idea has been rejected. But it's 2 against 1, Sadako. Give it up. Sadako pouts and kicks the floor with the tip of her shoe. You're so mean to me, Hotaru. I'm just trying to be realistic. Maybe so, but don't spoil young Hana's sense of mystery and adventure. I'm not that young. Anyway, I apologize for changing the subject, but I need to go to the restroom. Oh, you don't find my love of you don't find my talk of love so sickening it turns your stomach, do you? I've known you long enough to become impervious to your ridiculous yarns, Sadako. What do you take me for? She has a point. I just need to use my medicine. Is that quite alright with you? I don't mind. We're just walking around in circles anyway. Indeed. A small break will hardly kill our momentum. We have no momentum to speak of. So saying, the 3 of us make our way to the nearest restroom. Hotaru enters while Sadako and I hang behind. That was the general plan, at least, until... Excuse me? Hotaru pushes the door open and peers at us, her head tilted to one side. There's a curious expression on her face. It's a mixture of surprise and... concern? I believe I may have found Miss Misaki. Oh? I've never seen Horie Misaki in any magazines, but I can't deny that she's pretty. She looks every bit like a model should. Her hair is glossy, sleek, and perfectly styled. Her skin is smooth and devoid of blemishes. Her eyes are pure and clear, like freshly cut crystals. She's gorgeous. Even though her nose is snotty, her lips are chapped, and the corners of her eyes are red and puffy. Even though she has, quite clearly, been crying. Crying for quite a long time. More than half an hour. I'm sorry. The woman called Horie Misaki, who used to be a model, attempts a watery smile. It doesn't really work. Goodness, I didn't want anybody to see me like this. Which is why you were hiding in a bathroom stall? Leave it to Hotaru to cut to the chase, even in the presence of her idol. Yes, it's a bit embarrassing, really. I can imagine. You don't have anything to be embarrassed about, Misaki. What? I know it must be hard being so beautiful, but stay strong. I'm sure Kenji and Ryoichi will accept you no matter which one you choose. Kenji? What do you know about Kenji? To be honest, I hardly know him. I'm more interested in his attractive friend. Kenji didn't send you to find me, did he? Ryoichi was the one who asked, actually. Oh, Ryoichi. Of course. Misaki's expression twists. A pained sigh escapes from her lips. Ryoichi would be there. Ryoichi's always there. I blink at Misaki anxiously. I'm not sure how to interact with people at the best of times, and this can hardly be called that. I'm in a restroom with a crying ex-model whose mascara is leaking all over her cheeks. These are the worst of times. But I can't hide behind Hotaru and Sadako now. I'm here on a mission. I need to try and get that tablet from the waterlogged Misaki some way or another. And I want to try doing it by myself. I want to try and save Aiko. Forgive me for asking, but did you and Ryoichi have some kind of argument? Huh? He didn't tell you? He was a little sparse with the details. Ryoichi, Kenji, and I had a spat, I suppose you could say. Quite an intense one, too. Hence the tears. Hence the tears. Yes, I knew it was a love triangle. It is, but not quite how you think. Please be quiet, Sadako. The adults are talking. How mean? No, that woman, Miss Sadako, is it? Has a point. Yay, I'm so smart. Sadako. Hotaru gives Sadako a warning look. It smolders. But my guess was right, Hotaru. Don't I score any points? Don't talk about scoring points. This isn't a game. Right. You're right. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I don't really know you, but I wouldn't say that. I am. I let my personal issues get in the way, and I sabotaged the concert for everyone. It was selfish of me, I know, especially after everything Sayuri did to help, but... She sniffles. I guess, deep down inside, I'm a selfish person. I'm sure you had valid reasons to take the tablet. So you know about the tablet too? Yes, we do. And Ryoichi asked you to get it back, is that right? Yeah, he seemed worried about you. Ryoichi, worried about me? I doubt it. Misaki sniffs. She wipes her eyes with the back of her arm again, displacing yet more tears. Ryoichi has never worried about me or my feelings. He's only worried about the damage I might cause if I were to find out. But I think I've known for a while. I just didn't want to admit it. Not to myself. I wanted to keep living in a fantasy world. I'm not entirely sure what Misaki's talking about, and I don't want to pry. I have no right. We're not friends, and she has no obligation to tell me how she feels. I don't want to take advantage of somebody when they're in a state like this. The only thing I want is the tablet. I want to help Aiko. Goodness, I've been such a fool. I must look like such a ridiculous, desperate woman trying to cling on to something I lost a long, long time ago. Misaki reaches into her shoulder bag and procures a flat silver object. The cover is embossed with the Lyric logo. It's the tablet. That was all this was. A plea for attention. You came here for this, didn't you? Yes, we need that tablet. Ryoichi asked us to get it, and I couldn't refuse. I couldn't, because... I ball my hands into fists. They feel heavy at my side. I'm close to getting what I want. I'm so close, I can't stand it. But I still have one more hurdle left to clear. Aiko. I hope you can keep waiting for me. I'm working as hard as I can. Aiko is my favorite idol, and I want to help her. I have to. I don't know you, but I know you're in a lot of pain, and I sympathize. But Aiko's in a lot of pain too. She's suffering. I want to retrieve her missing files and restore her to her former self. So, please. I squeeze my eyes shut. I'm starting to get a little emotional myself, and I can feel tears beginning to well up in my eyes. I bow my head as deep as it will go. My hair falls forwards, loose locks slipping over my shoulders in front of my ears. I can hear my heart pounding inside my rib cage. I'm trembling. Please, Misaki, let me save the idol I admire so much. Ooh. Well, I think that's a decent place to go ahead and wrap it up. We are going to save here. Why am I having some issues? Okay, so we've got some more to go. This sure took a turn. Well, I will see you guys next time.